Hello, my name is Max Strauss with ProInterviews.org. I'd like to welcome you to the interview with Dan Wilcox. Dan Wilcox played college football at Appalachian State University, and he went undrafted in 2001. But shortly after, he signed with the New York Jets. After that season, he signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and won a Super Bowl ring with them. He played with the Buccaneers in 2002 and 2003. In the winter and spring of 2004, he went to Europe to play with the Rhein. He came back to the NFL later that year with the Baltimore Ravens and played with them until 2008. Here are a couple audio clips from his career, and then let's get started with the interview.
Just inside the 2. Play action. Bowler throws. Touchdown! Ravens! Dan Wilcox in the back of the end zone, and the Ravens are back in front. Michael play action. He rolls to the right. Fires. End zone. Caught! Dan Wilcox! What a grab! Touchdown! Ravens! One-hand grab, and the Ravens are in the end zone.
And now the interview. So, why do you really use Twitter?
Well, it's usually mainly just to keep the fans kind of in touch on what I'm doing, from day to day. So whenever I get a chance to, post an update, I always try to get, post an update. Before I left Baltimore, I was on a TV show, and I had a blog, and, Ravens web, they follow me, really love to keep up with what I had going on on a day-to-day basis. So I just continued to do it. I didn't want to not do it anymore because I wasn't playing. So I just kept doing it. I had a blog on Yardbuckle for a while. I just haven't got on Yardbuckle a while and did it because it's just been so big. Started my own company. I just haven't had much time. But it's just an easy way. I'm a huge text message guy, so it's an easy way for me to just kind of keep people, in contact with Daniel Wilcox. Kind of what I feel got going on, what I'm doing from a day-to-day standpoint.
More into high school, did you play any other sports?
Yeah, I lettered in all 4 sports. Played basketball, baseball, football, and track.
What was your favorite memory with a sport other than football?
We went to the national championship game in basketball. We actually lost by 5, but we went to the national championship game my junior year. It was pretty memorable going down to making college day and playing in front of all those people and being with my cousins and my family all down there. I played with 2 cousins on the same team with me. We went all the way down there and almost won the whole thing.
In college now, what was the most important thing that you learned at Appalachian State that helped you in the NFL?
My first year here at Appalachian State, when I transferred to Georgia, I went to Georgia Military Junior College before I came here. And when I transferred here, I ended up being 1 hour short of transfer, and I ended up being ineligible where I couldn't play. And I think I took that experience, and I think that experience has kind of helped shape and mold me throughout my life for some reason. But me being redshirted my junior year of college, was kind of a little weird. I wasn't really expecting that. I came here really high on Appalachian State, thinking I was going to start, thinking I was going to play right away. And all of a sudden, a week before the first game of the year, I found out I was ineligible. I couldn't play at all. So I could have took it real negative. I could have made it a positive experience. I took it and made it as best of a positive experience as I could. And I just think it shaped and molded me a lot because it kind of prepared me for my NFL. When I got there, I had to practice squad. I cut a couple of times and re-signed and picked up by other teams and all that kind of stuff. And it just helped shape and mold me. So I feel like it wasn't nothing that I couldn't handle no more. It helped make me a little bit more of a man dealing with that whole situation.
Did you have a best friend at Appalachian State?
Absolutely. I had 3 of them. They're still my best friend today.
Do you have a favorite memory with them?
I guess, I got a chance to, one of them I got a chance to play football with at Georgia Military and at Appalachian State. So, of course, most of our best memories, came from playing football and being around the football field. And then one of the other ones, he's right now, me and him both up here coaching together at Appalachian right now. I mean, me and him got a million memories, man, from then my other best friend is Devon. He ran track at Appalachian State, but now he's doing all my wardrobe stuff, all my team, my button downs and my suits and everything. I mean, I don't feel my best friends are just amazing guys, man. And I got numerous memories of all of them. It's just they all amazing. They all just really amazing guys.
What's your favorite memory from Appalachian State?
We beat Wake Forest my senior year here.
Mm-hmm.
In Wake Forest, I mean, that was a pretty good experience. But I mean, that whole senior year was just an amazing year. You know, I had one of my best friends, a good friend of mine, died. You know, before the season started that summer before. And I kind of dedicated the season to him. So I mean, that whole season was just a powerful season for me. And every single game just meant so much to me. Like ever since I've been back up here this time around, guys been reminding me about little things along the way that senior year. And just that whole year was just a very memorable year for me. All the way down to the very last game. We went to Montana and lost in overtime. Semi-final round of playoffs. One game away from national championship. That whole season was just an amazing year.
So now moving on to NFL, what was your draft day experience like since you were undrafted?
I guess it was a little rocky, my draft experience. I thought I might actually had a shot at getting drafted. I had a bunch of scouts, coaches, and stuff telling me that I'm a sleeper and I might get picked up in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. And during the draft, the first few days of the draft, I had coaches calling me and said, "You ready now? We're gonna pick you up. We're thinking about picking you up in the 5th round." And then that didn't happen. The 5th round will go by, and then the 6th round will come. Somebody called me like, "You ready? We're gonna pick you up in the 5th." And 6th, and that didn't happen. And then somebody called me and said the same thing about the 7th round. So I kind of teased me. So I got my hopes up really, really high. And then I didn't get drafted. And then I ended up having to choose between like 4 or 5 teams at the end of the draft. And I ended up choosing to go to New York. And I went to New York by default. I went there because it seemed like it made the most sense. In Baltimore, they had tight ends that were just like me in Baltimore. They had smaller, tight, faster, tight ends that could run, athletic guys. And then in New York, they had bigger, kind of stereotypical tight ends, big guys, 275-pound guys that were big bruisers and blockers and that kind of stuff. So I chose to go to the Jets, because of the fact that I felt like I was a different breed than what they already had. So I had a better chance of making a team. But the draft experience was, I guess it was a little rocky. If I had to put one word for it, I'd say rocky, a little shaky.
Are you happy that you had a chance to choose teams rather than being assigned one?
I'm happy I got a chance to choose because, if any team could have picked me, because most likely a team would have picked me where they already had tight ends my style of tight ends in that count. And, me coming out, I felt like I was ready to play my first year, but I think the fact that different breed of tight end what they already had, it made me stand out a lot more. But to a team that had a bunch of guys like me, I don't know how well I would have stood out. I would just kind of blended in with the rest of the guys. So I kind of stuck out like a sore thumb in New York, which gave me the opportunity to make the team. I did for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite memory from the Super Bowl? Did you suit up?
I dressed out before the game, and we worked out with the team all before the game. But then we came back in, and like all the guys that was on the inactive roster, we took off our pads and stuff and just put on our regular sideline gear. I watched the whole game basically from the sideline, the rest of the guys. But the experience was a once in a lifetime opportunity, man. It was a blessing, a tremendous blessing. Had a wonderful time, being there. I think every part of the game was the best memory. Was the best memory of the Super Bowl. From every single interception that happened by the Whites, and Jackson. They made the game really exciting. See the defensive players, playing the way they did. Derek Brooks had a pick to the house. I think the White stuff had 2 to the house, and Derek Jackson had 2 game-changing interceptions in the first half. Just the way we came out and played, he was very explosive. I was the guy that could prepare those guys, for that game. I felt very good my preparation was helping them get ready to play that game. Not knowing that I wasn't going to play probably until the last minute before the game. I mean, it was very exciting just watching the entire game.
So what was it like after the Super Bowl to play for the Rhein Fire in NFL Europe?
It was pretty good. It was pretty cool, man. I got a chance to go over to Germany and play in front of a whole other country. Got a chance to go to Frankfurt, Berlin, Scotland, Amsterdam, all these different places to play football. And I would have never ever thought that football would have taken me overseas, to Europe. But here I am, right over the mix of things, and it was a wonderful experience. I got a chance to do my first commercial over there, my first part, and all that kind of stuff. I was one of the spokes guys for the team towards the end of the year. That was some good football and experience, playing that sport in a whole other country. And then there for 3-4 months was also a pretty cool experience.
So, what was it like to play for the Ravens?
That was probably the best experience of my football career besides the Super Bowl. I honestly feel like Baltimore they always showed me so much love, and Bob really gave me my first opportunity in the field and just on offense side of the ball. It was just a wonderful experience. It was very exhilarating. Great 5 years in Baltimore. If I had to look back and change anything, I wouldn't change anything about it. The fans are absolutely amazing. The atmosphere for the games there are absolutely intense, insane. It's like over the top, crazy. Playing with those guys, I don't think you can ever replace it. There's nothing that can be replaced when you play with guys like Rhein, Ed Reed, Trevor Prince, Deion Sanders, and Jamari Roll. Just so many guys, Chris McAllister, Joe Flacco, Steve McNair, Cordell Stewart. I got a chance to play with so many great guys. Being in Baltimore was probably one of the most amazing experiences of my life.
So, if you could choose any play in your career to define your career, what would that play be?
I would say probably the year I got hurt. The Patriots were undefeated. They came to Baltimore, and they came to Baltimore like week 12 or week 13. It was 13-0 or 12-0 or 11-0 or something like that. And they came to play us, and this was like the most televised game at the time in the history of football. It had more viewers than any other game in the history of any kind of sport. More than that, the NBA basketball championship playoff series had the entire series. It was more people watching this game. Monday Night Football. I caught what looked like it was going to be the game-winning catch of the game. I caught him in the back of the end zone. Tom Brady came down and actually won the game at the end of the game with a game-winning drive. But that touchdown, I feel like I had fought back from the injury the entire season. I was hurt. I probably missed 10 or 11 games that year. That was actually my first game back on the field. I had a bunch of great blocks that game, and I scored a touchdown. We almost won the game for us. So I had to say, probably that.
So, who had the most impact on your NFL career?
If I had to give credit to anybody, I would probably say my mom. Because she was the one who got me started playing football in the first place. When I was 5 years old, she kind of kept me into the game, and she was team mom and helped coach over my team, and she would put in all the extra time and effort and teach me how to catch and run and jump, just all the little things. She just did amazing, and a lot of little things, man. It just, a lot of moms probably wouldn't take the time out of their day to do. So if I probably had to give credit to anybody, I would probably give it to her.
Did you have a nickname while you were playing football?
In the NFL, it was always Shawty. Shawty. S-H-A-W-T-Y. Because I'm from Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and that's the way we talk in Atlanta. We always call everybody else Shawty. So eventually they started calling me Shawty, and since I was always kind of the shortest tight end on the team, I guess it kind of fit.
What's an experience that changed your life?
probably getting married. When I met my wife, we got married, you know, it was definitely a life-changing experience. You know, it changed my whole way of thinking, you know, kind of being a bachelor and not really caring about nothing but yourself, you know, to being my husband and, you know, being a father, you know, and all that. You know, it just brings so many different attributes, you know, instead of stuff, all this knowledge, so trying to take care of you and, you know, a whole family of people. And, you know, so it just changed my whole thought process and how I thought about things.
Can you elaborate on your charity and what it really does?
My charity is the Empowerment Minds Foundation, and Minds stand for Motivating and Inspiring Neighborhoods Determined to Succeed. And I basically just wanted to get kids to start thinking outside of the box. You know, when I started it, you know, I was focusing on kids that was less fortunate, and kids just didn't have the opportunities as others, and kids that, you know, most people would say was probably in a bad environment. And I didn't want them to think they just got into a bad environment. They couldn't be, you know, good kids, or they couldn't be, you know, they couldn't be whatever they wanted to be in this world besides, you know, thugs, or gangsters, or drug dealers, and all that kind of stuff. So I basically wanted to get them to think outside the box. So I started doing a bunch of educational things, you know, like book drives, annual spelling bees, like taking them on red carpet movie premieres, you know, tours around the inner harbor of Baltimore, did football camps in Atlanta and Baltimore. Educational base, you know, even in the football camps, they would come in to play football, but I would also teach them how to be men and I would know what's the important things about life, you know, how to prepare themselves for the SAT prep courses, online tutoring courses. You know, I took some of the kids paintballing, you know, just to have fun and, you know, just do things they normally wouldn't do, things that would be out of the ordinary. Took them to the Spy Museum, to the aquarium, you know, just all kind of different educational things, you know. Let them know there's so many different things that, you know, this world needs to be. The foundation has done everything from, you know, fashion shows to spelling bees to football camps to putt golf, family tournaments and stuff like that with celebrities. I mean, it's done like a gang of stuff, man. I don't know what else to tell you.
So, what's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote. Pain is only weakness leaving your body.
It's a good question. If you could describe yourself as any ice cream flavor, what would you be and why?
Cookies and cream, baby. That's the best ice cream out there. That's me. I love cookies and cream. It's my favorite flavor. I eat a whole pint of cookies and cream myself. And that's how I feel like I just aspire to be like any ice cream. I guess I want to be like the best. To me, that's the best ice cream out there. So I want to push myself to be the best.
So, for someone who wants to play football in the NFL, what advice do you have for them?
Always outwork the next man. You know, never let anybody outwork you. And just never give up on your dream. If that's what you really want to do, put every single ounce of what you got in your body into playing the game. I think eventually you might just pay off. You know, but it's one of those things that, you know, making it to the NFL is basically just weeding out all the guys that don't want to fight to the last second. You got to be willing to give every single ounce of you, you know, to the end. You know, it takes a special kind of guy to the NFL and to be able to stay there. You know, it could be a bunch of guys in there that make it there, but it's hard for guys to actually stay. You know, so I think it's a special kind of guy that will push through every single thing they got going on, the mental, you know, the physical, and definitely the mind stuff that you have to deal with in order to prepare yourself on a day to day. You got to be able to take control of your mind and your body and be able to push through everything that's going to be thrown at you. You know, because it's a mental battle just as much as a physical battle.
Is there anything you want to tell fans that we haven't talked about, or?
Just stay tuned. Check me out on Twitter.
Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
No doubt, man. I appreciate that opportunity. I appreciate you as well. Keep Keep up the good work, brother.
Thanks for listening to the interview with Dan Wilcox, an 8-year NFL veteran. I hope you enjoyed listening to the interview, and please feel free to send me your feedback. Please like our Facebook page at facebook.com/prointerviews and follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/prointerviews. Or you can email me at nflroundtable@yahoo.com. Again, that's nflroundtable@yahoo.com. Please continue to visit the website. Stay tuned for updates and more interviews.